Why can't you be kind? I was often asked the question, how can we stop him or her from hurting others and being violent during their meltdown? My answer was usually that the adult had to intervene before the meltdown, which I used to describe to the child as being unkind. I never used the word violent or meltdown. I used to ask them what had got their knickers in a twist and caused them to be unkind. If I knew them, I would add that was unusual for them. Reminding the child that they can be kind often helps them to regulate themselves. My answer to the adults rarely satisfied my questioner, so then I would explain. Think of a wooden rowing boat in a narrow river. It has a strong, thick piece of rope at the front of the boat for guiding and mooring. Pretend the boat is your child. If they start drifting toward the riverbank, that is, doing something you don't want them to do, etc., get hold of the rope and lead the way forward from the front. The child will follow, usually without incident. If you go to the back of the boat and push, there's more than a slim chance that you will collide with the riverbank, maybe even capsize the boat. That is the meltdown. If your child is not neurotypical or is prone to outbursts or meltdowns, usually because they feel their basic needs are not being met, then they become a metal rowing boat and the riverbank becomes electrified. If you are holding the rope at the front of the boat and leading, as described earlier, then the collision, meltdown, is usually avoided, but at the very least you avoid getting the electric shock. If you are behind the boat and pushing, then when metal meets electric, fireworks occur. People get hurt. Not only the person pushing, but often everyone else in the vicinity is threatened, other children, etc. The thing that's most often forgotten is the damage to the boat, or in this case, your child. The next question is, how do I make sure I am holding the rope and not pushing the boat? Answer, you have to be paying attention and use your knowledge of the child and sometimes the situation to lead from the front. Example, older sibling going to Scouts party and not due back until after the younger child's bedtime. You know this is going to cause an issue, so you take the younger child to one side before they've registered the special event and say something like, while Sam is at Scouts tonight, I thought you and I could make some biscuits. Remind me to make enough so we can eat some for breakfast tomorrow. Give your child some lovely individual attention so they are gaining and they don't focus on what for them is a sense of loss at not being included with their sibling. Another example might be if mum is going to an exercise class and therefore dad is putting child to bed. Child doesn't want this, so let them stay up. They can draw or play a game with dad until mum comes back and puts them to bed. This is not giving in. This is meeting your child's individual needs based upon your knowledge of them. The very fact that you have learnt what works best for them will strengthen your relationship, not to mention the fact the atmosphere will be more peaceful for everyone. It gives them the message they are still in your awareness and are being considered, and the messages we give our children are very important because they carry them for a lifetime. Until next time, be kind to you and your child.